A lot of y'all be feeling like once y'all graduate high school, y'all need a break. A break from what? A gap year for what? Go to school. What are you doing, man? Because guess what? You rushing to be grown when you gonna have to be grown at some point anyway. You ain't no need to rush into it.
What's good, YouTube? This is KB LaFleur. You can call me KB. Welcome back to another video, man. We got this beautiful sister telling these beautiful young ladies and these handsome young men that they need to go to college, man, that they need to take college seriously, right? Go through that phase. And there have been plenty of videos. There have been plenty of videos, man, where I have said that a lot of you people, man, in high school and in college need a date. They need to find a partner, right? Because number one, right, the biggest reason is that is the time where you're going to find someone that is the most genuine, right? That even makes sense, right? But you're going to find someone who is genuine, right? Because you don't have much. Now, granted, in this day and age, you have a lot of your sisters. If you're going to HBCU, you have a lot of your sisters, man, who prioritize money and status and popularity. Once again, I went to HBCU. I know, right? A lot of women try to prioritize status, right? If you big or popular or whatever, they're gonna gravitate more towards you, right? But I say, man, you need to take people seriously then, just because I think the love then is genuine. I think, man, y'all are both going through something. Y'all are both experiencing life, especially when you're at an HBCU. Come on, man, it don't get any better than that. You're experiencing life together, man. You're going through life together. Right. Hopefully, man, you do it at a very young age. There's somebody that I was on a football team with, which is crazy. But at the same time, it's expected because they were high school sweethearts. Right. But they were in high school together. They went to the same college. They were still together, man, never broke up. You never heard any issues out of them. This dude, man, was a great football player. It was fun playing with him. And no Diddy. And he and somehow, somewhere he went to a party and he ended up getting shot. And it kind of, I guess that kind of deterred his career. But for the most part, man, he ended up marrying this woman while they were still in college, right? So you have, man, you have situations like that, man, where, and once again, you never heard no issues out of her, no problems, nobody ever tried her. Because once again, she carried herself in a very classy manner. At a very young age, she knew how to take care of her man. You never heard any issues. They ended up getting an apartment together. So once again, man, this is why I say it is very important. It is very important, man. Take your dating life serious while you're in college or in high school. But let's go ahead and hear what this sister has to say.
A lot of y'all be feeling like once y'all graduate high school, y'all need a break. A break from what? A gap year for what? Go to school. What are you doing, man? Because guess what? You rushing to be grown when you gonna have to be grown at some point anyway. You ain't no need to rush into it. Go down there to somebody's college, get you a dorm room, get you a roommate, learn how to live on your own first with a roommate at school where you could come back home to your folks where you ain't got to worry about spending all your little money on rent. Because guess what? Having an apartment, being a full-time student is almost impossible. How can you go to school and also have an apartment? Go get a dorm room, man. Stop thinking you need privacy. The only thing you do in the privacy of places is things you're not supposed to do. You get what I'm saying? So y'all be so quick once you graduate high school to take a break from school. You don't need a break. It's time to work now. It's time to work. Life is about levels. You go from one level to the next. I highly don't recommend a gap year because that gap year going to turn into 5-10 years. Now you're a bum. And now you mad at the world because you took a gap year and you still in a gap. Man, go to school. Be productive.
So, I mean, once again, man, it's subjective, right? It's subjective. But for the most part, we can at least say, man, people who are telling you to go to college, because this is the bottom line. And this is the point that a lot of people should not miss. But anybody who is telling you to go to college, they're telling you this in good faith. They're not telling you this to steer you in the wrong direction. They're telling you this to steer you in the right direction, because at the end of the day, it does have benefits. College, you get in college, man. Once again, you can meet your love. You know the person that you met in college. I would say 8 times out of 10, they are with you because, hey, listen, we've been through a whole lot. I know you, you know me. Once again, we got a lot of stuff in common. Once again, man, this is why we can make it work. You also being that you can network. That's another reason, man, why you need to go to college, why you still need to finish out school, but mainly go to college, because that's what she's focusing on. Go to college, because a lot of people want to do a gap year, right? They want to take a break. They don't want to do school anymore. And I'm telling you right now, my homeboy, man, he said, man, listen, I'm gonna just take one year off, right? We were both athletes. I mean, he was coming out of high school. I knew about him. He ended up transferring to this JUCO that I ended up going to. Once again, man, we were best buds, right? We were best buds. Second year, he ended up getting injured. Took him out for the whole season. He was kind of going through something, but he said, you know what, I'm gonna take a break, right? Don't think the brother ever finished school. And a lot of this stuff pains me, because a lot of these brothers I went to school with, and some of them finished, some of them didn't. Some of them took that damn year off, and after that, they never went back to school. I know some women who took a year off, and that year turned into 3, 4, 5 years, right? And this is what she just wants young folk to avoid. Now, once again, on my YouTube, I believe I have about 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, whatever percentage of 13 to 17-year-old kids watching this, right? So if you're going to be watching this, right, and this is for the youngest, I got some teenagers watching this, man. I think it's like 13 to 17. It's like, I think 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, whatever percentage, of teenagers watching this. If y'all are watching this, right, once again, you can definitely take something out of this. I would say it's up to you, right? This is subjective. It's up to you. Because once again, at the end of the day, two things can be true here. Once again, you go to college, you can network, you can meet new people. You're going to meet people that you would not have met had you been sitting at home trying to figure out your life, right? But you go to college, man, especially if you're on a mission, especially if you're like, man, listen, I need to come out of here with something, because 9 times out of 10, if you are going to college on a mission and you are saying, hey, man, listen, I'm going to leave up out of here with something. I'm here, man, to network. With 4 years, 5 for some people, once again, man, you can definitely make something. You can make a lot out of that. For a lot of us, including myself, we ain't make a whole lot of it. Now, granted, I went to college. I went to 3 different colleges for JUCO, my 2-year college. I went to JUCO. I went to HBCU for my 4-year college, and then I ended up getting my master's. A lot of that stuff, had I not played football, I probably wouldn't have went to college. If it wasn't for my pops pressuring me to go get my master's, probably wouldn't have my master's either. Right? Because once again, you have a lot of people out here who are making tons of money and they don't even have degrees. Right? We are in a day and age, man, where you have a lot of middle schoolers and high schoolers making millions of dollars on YouTube. They don't need a degree, right? So once again, man, the way the economy is and society is today, you really don't need a degree to do anything. And this is why I wish, man, at least when I was young, man, and once again, when I was young, for a lot of folk, that's when they were on YouTube. So my generation kind of started it, or at least picked it up. But for the most part, man, if you're young, man, I would say start a side hobby. But for the most part, I would still say go to college, because there's nothing that beats college, man. There's nothing, man, that beats that camaraderie, meeting those people, networking, having those experiences, man. So that's what she's saying, man. Don't avoid. You want to sit on your ass and say, I'm trying to figure my life out and this, that, and the third. Once again, man, like I said, it's subjective. You go to college if it works for you. Go to college, man, if you know, hey, man, listen, I don't really have much, because a lot of people think, hey, well, you don't have to go to college. You can sit over here and go do YouTube. You can sit over here and you can get paid tons and tons of money without having to get a degree. Right. But a lot of these people don't even have direction. What direction do these kids or people have? They don't have anything. So they're just going off of, oh, well, they said I can make money, well, without getting a degree. But damn, how the hell I'm going to do that? And a lot of these kids, I'm talking about, a lot of them do not have directions. So college alone, yeah, you might go in debt. But I mean, once again, a lot of times, man, you can meet people, you can create certain connections to where you can easily work that debt off, right? Where there's too much money in the economy right now to be able to just say, hey, well, I can't make no money. Once again, there's way too much money. Now, granted, some people's situations are different, but for the most part, you can make that bread. You can make those decisions. Let's look at these comments. Someone else says, that gap year will have you working at the Gap. Someone else says, this is not good advice at all. Take your time with yourself. My daughter took a gap year and took up a trade so that she can afford college. do what you feel is the best set up for your future. Now, once again, you say your daughter didn't, she did a whole gap year so she could afford college. Once again, they have FAFSA for that. They have, I know plenty of people who are on FAFSA because their people did not make enough money, right, to go to college, right? But once again, like I said, it's different strokes for different folks. Everybody got different situations. Someone else says you can take a gap year if you want. Please, your life is not hers. Some people can take a mental break and get back to it. I know grads with degrees that don't even work in their field. Please follow your own journey. Now, once again, I'm in a career, man, and I'm not even in my field, right? I'm not even in my field, man. But once again, like I said, you got to do whatever works for you, right? You got to do whatever works for you. But somebody who was like this, who was sitting here saying, man, listen, I know people, man, who got a degree and now they're not even working in the field. Once again, that's why I say you gotta understand, man, what works for you. But understand not everybody has the option to just sit here and, let me figure out, let me see what I can do. Because once again, for the most part, that gap year tends to turn out to a couple of years. Like that's literally what it is. Someone else says, normalize doing what works for you and your journey. What worked for her probably don't work for you, and that causes people to get discouraged. Get a relationship with God early in your life and allow him to order your steps, right? God would probably tell you to go to school to get a better education. Once again, this is what I'm saying. People are so disingenuous. People try to be so woke. This is what I said, for the small percentage of people, man, 13 and 17 that's watching this, there are just certain people you do not want to listen to because they will give you the wrong advice. Yeah, go sit on your ass and do nothing, right? They're not even give you a solution. I'm telling you, at least here's a solution. Here's the benefits that you will get of going out and finding a job. Here's the solution of going to college versus just sitting on your ass and just saying, hey, well, listen, I'm going to work at McDonald's and I'm going to figure my life out. Someone else says, yes, gap year turned into 3 years. So, I'm going to leave it there, man. Once again, come on, guys. Once again, you just got to pick, man, what's best for you. Like I said, y'all leave me a comment down below, man. Y'all let me know, how do y'all feel about this? Like I said, this is very subjective at the end of the day. Do me a huge favor, leave me a like, leave me a comment, subscribe to the channel.